Hey traders, Luke from Breakout Trading here. Today was a freaking sick day, amazing day. Um, Pulled myself out of quite a hole, but it all facets of today are crazy, and I'm just going to jump into it. First things first, we are here. We are in the recession. Okay, it's coming. This is not like the false outs, the fake outs that we had the last 2 times, or the last 3 times, or 4 times. There was multiple fake outs in the past. I think that this is the actual recession, and this is beautiful. This is great. And now, why is it great? Now, it's a very easy explanation. Like even right now, I'm putting money into the IRA because there's 2 reasons it's great. Okay, reason number one, a recession is great is it takes a market 8 to 10 years to go up, right? Takes it about a month to 6 months to maybe a year if it's a slow one to just dump. So all that money, all that movement to the upside can drop so quick and you can be there to catch it. Okay. So forget waiting 8 years. I want to wait 3 months and catch all that money that's being lost. The second positive is once you hit a bottom, and we'll be able to determine a bottom, you start putting more money in your IRA. You do whatever you have to do. You start investing in stocks for the long term because you're going to have made a lot of money from this crash. If you got $3,000, you can make about $100,000 off a crash, and that's not. I'm not even including leveraging it. If you take that $3,000, buy an $80,000 account, you know you'll have, instead of just $5,000 to trade with, you'll have $167,000 to trade, $180,000 to trade, a quarter million. You can buy whatever account you want with TradeNet. All those links are in the description, and they all have a discount on them, up to 20%. So I use a leveraged account. Okay. I made $1,344 in the leveraged account, and then I use a regular cash account where I made about 160 bucks. And even when I'm in the cash account, I'm using options sometimes, which is technically leverage. So I'm always leveraging out. If I'm doing good in my trading, why would I not leverage out? If the market's dumping and crashing like it is, okay, well, why am I not going to go and leverage out and make more money than I possibly could uh, alone? So, long story short, great day today. What did we do? Let's check out the text alerts and put them in comparison with how the day went. Okay, so the first ticker was to short beyond. Short at 164, stop loss 166, target 162. So I think that that was a perfect first play. So again, short at 164, so that's like right around here, right around at the open. That must have been a stop play. And then target was 162, and it bounced right down to 162. So that was like almost a perfect play. And if it didn't tap it here, it definitely tapped it here. So I made $1,000 doing that right off the rip. And I also traded options. That's another thing about the text alerts. If I'm saying go short on Beyond and your brokerage or whatever doesn't have shares available to borrow, just buy some puts. That's all I did. I bought some puts here. I didn't make as much, but I only bought one put, you know. Um, so yeah, so those text alerts can be used for options, but we do also text out option text alerts. Next, let's see. Now I want you to keep in mind I'm down on Arcadia $3,500, but I was actually made $3,500 yesterday, or 30 around 3,000 yesterday on Tilray. I'm sorry, on Tilray. I bought it right before the open yesterday. I mean, right before the close. Because and I went long on it, but I went with a small share size. That way I wouldn't get killed. But just the 20 minutes prior to the market closing, when I bought Tilray, the 20 minutes prior to that, it shot up and I made 3 grand on it. So I really didn't lose anything. I just started the day negative $3,500, which I had to dig myself out of, which was not hard. Today was an easy day to do it. All right, so let's see. What else did is on the text alerts? I got TRNX between 90 cents and 93 cents entry point. This comes out with earnings tonight. I'm gonna have to go back in and let people know. Gonna have to go back in and let people know that. Let's look at the stock first off before I go ahead and I got it here. I own 110 shares because what's the worst that could happen to me? Even if it went down to 1 cent, I wouldn't care. I'd still have $1.10. It's $100. So it comes out with earnings tonight. There's a little speculation that it might have good earnings, and a stock like this, low float, good earnings, potentially good news in the conference. You never know. It could shoot up. It could shoot up. Probably not going to happen. I'm expecting to lose money on this one, like I said. So I'll probably make that a little more clear in the text alerts. And TRNX is the name. Let's just check it out real quick. So it seems to have a strong resistance at that dollar. I really think it's going to break that dollar and shoot. And the reason I'm picking that, look at this stock's potential to shoot up. So I want to be in just before earnings, especially with this like unusual buying activity right before the earnings. It's very strange. Seems almost like it's insider activity. Like where'd all this volume come from? That's something that happened very similar to when it shot up to $13. So the $100 worth of stock might end up being $1,300 worth of stock. Who knows? We'll find out. Um, All right, so let me see something real quick. So that's TRNX. What else is on here? So that's not really a win or a loss, but it's still an open play. I'm gonna have to clarify that TRNX is a swing, and is a swing overnight for earnings. Use money. This is a line I always use. Use money. You are not scared to lose. And send. All right. So, hmm, that's TRNX. UVXY calls. These killed it. The UVXY calls 23 strikes. They went up to $500. We bought them at like, I don't know, $300. What are they worth now? Um, Around $500, and we bought them for 380. So just market stumping. I love it. I love it. And that's another form of leverage. That's an option there. So far we have Win. TRNX is still active. But yeah. Oh, Beyond was a big win. TRNX is still active. Uh, UVXY calls were a huge win. AKTX. I believe this might have been a loser. Might have been a loser. AKTX. I picked it out. What? AKTX? It had a really good what time was that? 9:55. So it did spike. I was expecting a breakout. It did break out, and I did play this one, didn't I? I played this one. Yeah. No, I didn't play this one. AKTX entry point 281. Oh, it never went above 281. Okay. So that's a no trigger. And then so that's a no trigger. What's the highs of the day on this one? AKTX. Highs of the day are 279. All right, so that's a no trigger. All right, next we got Arcadia. I don't even know if this one filled, but entry point 651. Yeah, this was a win. Entry point on Arcadia, RKDA, 651. That was at 1019. So boom, 1019, right before the breakout. I sent that alert out, 1019, right here. And it said target was only, oof, it went all the way to $7. I should have made my target bigger, but the target was 678. So you got filled at 51, sold at 678, made about a quarter on a $6 stock. You could do that's pretty good. And that's it. Gave a couple instructions to sell some of those UVXY calls because there was no exit order really in there on the UVXY calls rather. Target 120. That target 120 means I want you to make $120 per contract. So that was a little rich. All option premiums are really high right now due to the volatility. So usually you don't have that high premium because the market's not volatile. And then all of a sudden, if a jolt of volatility comes into the market, that's when those options will double, triple, whatever. But that's it, guys. So the market is dumping. I love it. 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 Now, I want as many people as possible to join this group, and the reason is, listen, I'm giving memberships away, $25 here, $40 there. I want people to join because I know what it's like to have started and not have anybody help you. I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have guidance. I refused to spend any of my money on educational programs because I needed that money to trade. Meanwhile, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It was so stupid, so stubborn that I was like, I'm not gonna chip in $300 for a program and I need that money to trade. I could double that. Meanwhile, I didn't know what I was doing. So the point is, I make the prices so that it's almost irresistible. But it keeps away freeloaders at the same time. I don't want just people joining a group because they think they can get in a group. I don't want none of that. So it's a happy medium prices that we're using right now. This is a very important point in history in the market. I mean, we got elections coming up, the China deal, there's a global economic crisis, and there's so much money to be made. There's so much to learn. This can be the point in your life where everything changes, and I'm not exaggerating. Okay? This can be the point where everything changes. Okay? If you don't know what you might be saying to Luke, I don't have a lot of money. I only have like, 2,000, whatever. I only have like 500. Then trade with that because at least you could turn that into 10 grand, 20 grand, get yourself a new car. I don't know. Okay. If you don't want to leverage out, we have TradeNet. You can leverage out. I'm telling you now, it's risky, but we're going to do it together. I suggest taking the challenge first. The links are somewhere in the description. It'll say TradeNet discount. That's to actually buy the program. And then there's a TradeNet challenge. It's 5 days. We're doing it right now together. I'm trying to get people leverage for this market crash. Okay. Or even if it's a turnaround, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, these volatile conditions is where we can make money. And I'm talking big money. All right. Life changing money here. I'm going to teach you how to do it. I don't want no headaches. I don't need the $30, the $40, whatever it is. I don't, it's cool. Yes, it's great. And it's helping build up the site. Okay, because I want to make a very nice site that's professional, that has live streams and multiple mentors and everything I didn't have when I was starting. That is my dream and my goal. And it's very funny that I bring that up. And if you notice in the picture's not up yet, but it'll be up, for this post. I open this book to a random page. Sometimes I always do that weird shit, and I think it's like ominous. Ominesque. Is it a word? Probably not, but now it is. So let me give the context first. The boy in this story, which by the way, this book is very famous. It's called The Alchemist. It became extremely popular when Bill Clinton was seen carrying it, back in the 90s. And recently, one of the Kardashians was seen reading it, which made me hate it. And I almost, anyway, that aside, but, the Kardashians, that's how they get away with it. Anyway, so here we go. What I'm saying is they're hottish. They're very appealing. So, context. Again, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. This young boy is talking to an older man, and he's lived his life. He's in his 60s, 70s, 80s, let's just presume. And he says, I always wanted to go to the Mecca. I always wanted to go and see the Mecca. I guess the Mecca is some holy site in Jerusalem or something. I don't know. I always wanted to go. And this old man clearly could have just went up to the Mecca if he wanted to, but he ran some kind of like glass store that sold fine crystal glass. So this is a quote from the old man to the boy who's currently on a journey to the pyramids to find his purpose, essentially, and to follow his dreams. Which is essentially to gain abundance. Now, if that was not clear, I'm sorry. Your dream. Okay, so this is what the old man says to the boy. So the old man says to the boy, when the boy asks him, "Why haven't you gone to the Mecca? You've always wanted to go to the Mecca. You're an old man. Why haven't you gone to the Mecca?" Keep in mind, this old man has no wife. He doesn't have no soulmate. Nothing really but his crystal china shop. So he says, because it's the thought of the Mecca that keeps me alive. That's what helps me face these days that are all the same. These mute crystals on the shelves and lunch and dinner at the same horrible cafe. I'm afraid that if my dream is realized, I'll have no reason to go on living. There's a lot of context in that sentence. I know this is about stock trading, but it is. So he's basically saying if I go ahead and fulfill my dreams and do whatever it is I want to do, become a successful stock trader, uh, I have no reason to live. I'll have made it. Like, what next? And it's true. I have seen myself and been observed by my mentor, Marvin, sabotaging myself. I've been observed by my own group members sabotaging myself. I'll be up $4,000 on the day, and then I could end it right there, but I go back in. And some of that is once you make it and you are a successful trader, or once you go to the Mecca, What reason do you have to live? Now, keep in mind, I'm very young and I could get married and have a wife and have children and have multiple reasons to live. But that's just the scenario in this story. And I thought it was interesting that I opened to this page. Um, then he says to the boy, "You dream about your sheep and the pyramids, but you're different from me because you want to realize your dreams. I just want to dream about the Mecca. I've already imagined 1,000 times crossing the desert, arriving at the plaza of the sacred stone. The 7 times I walk around it, I guess that's some kind of like custom. 7 times I walk around it before allowing myself to touch it. I've already imagined the people who would be at my side and those in front of me and the conversations and all the prayers we would share. But I'm afraid that it would all be a disappointment. So I prefer just to dream about it." That day, the merchant gave the boy permission to build the display. Not everyone can see his dreams come true in the same way. So I think that that's very, very for everybody out there. And this is gonna seem interesting as well. I hope it's still here. It is. This is very funny. Uh, a dream. I got this out of a fortune cookie, and it says a dream is just a dream. That's it. A goal is a dream with a plan and a deadline. Think about that. A goal is a dream with a plan. A dream. I'm sorry. A goal is a dream with a plan and a deadline. So you want to be a successful day trader. Great. What's your plan? I'm just gonna like go in and trade stocks, and I'm smart. Nobody's smarter than me. I'm gonna pick them, and I'm gonna work really hard. I'm gonna do my research, and I'm gonna make a ton of money. No, 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 no. Let's get real here. Let's get real here. That's beginner thoughts. That's beginner thoughts. You got to have some experience. You need some guidance. Okay. You can't walk through the desert alone if you've never been in the desert. All right. You'll die. All right. You're not the smartest person in the world. Neither am I. And humble yourself when it comes to the market, because the market is a computer set up to try to take your money. It is. It's a casino. It's 80% of trading is algorithmic, or 70%. So that just means computers are trading against you, pretty much guessing what you're going to do. Have you ever been talking about something, whatever it is, like well, you know what? I think we can get a new sofa, and then all of a sudden you go look on your phone or wherever on Facebook, and you're getting ads for sofas. Like, how did that? The AI technology they have is very smart, and it can pretty much predict your moves in advance. But nobody can stop a crash. A crash happens. It's economical. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Okay. And even on an algorithmic trading machine, which by the way, Goldman Sachs has a huge machine on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange that just makes money. It just trades. It's not even manned. Uh, but even that will a crash cannot be stopped by these algorithmic machines. They did it twice. They did it around Christmas time, and they did it around February of the previous year. And what's going to happen is they're not going to be able to do it this time. There's just too much pressure against it. Not enough people are going to be putting money in. And if there's quantitative tightening, forget about it. So the time is here. I am here to make my money on the market crashing, and then I'm going to put a ton of money into my retirement account. That way I can retire with an IRA with at least 5 million or more when I'm 65 and be settled. And then I'll also use some money to trade. Um, but that's pretty much it. we had a great day today. Today was just an amazing day. Um, we're green every day this week. We made $3,000 on Monday. What was it? We made like $3,000 yesterday, and we made like $1,500 today. And so we're gonna keep it going. Red days are gonna happen, but you cut your winners quick and let your winners run. And you'll be fine. I'm gonna let the 40 special run for the rest of this week. I suggest signing up if you haven't. And that's pretty much it, guys. Let's hope that this crash continues and it gives us great opportunity. Also, if you don't have an IRA, if you are self-employed, if you day trade for a living, okay, you can contact TD Ameritrade and get a retirement account. I actually suggest going with Fidelity, Fidelity Funds, or Charles Schwab because they're all fiduciary. Better off with the fiduciaries. You make a ton more money. Um, when it, you don't understand the rates that fiduciaries take from you every year, it destroys your exponential compounded interest. It destroys it. I've seen a graphs of where they took away the investors' charges on people's IRAs, and it went from they made $220,000 by the time they were 65 to they made 1.5 million. It's incredible. So maybe Schwab, Acorns is pretty cool if you just want to just like quickly put money in. You know what I'm saying? Um, but that's it, man. I'm just kind of babbling right now. I think the time has come. We're here, um, and I'm excited. I'm excited. But let me see if I have any comments or questions. Oh, it's I'm doing this on YouTube. So. All right, guys, this is Luke from Breakout Trading. Don't forget, special ends this week, so sign up. It's $40. Hit me up with any questions. You have 40 days. 40 days. You have 2 weeks to get your money back if you're not satisfied. I'm sure you will be satisfied. Um, not trying to sound overconfident or cocky, but this is what I've studied for are these kind of crashes, the stocks to trade, the sectors to put in. You also, while you're shorting, you keep money in certain sectors as well that are protective, utility, whatever, automotive. But anyway, I am out, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.